Shalom. Kal Kabad, Kal Thai Pai Ra, Waha Allah, Laka Ahaya Shohaya, Bahashim Mashiach Yishai. This is your Akshama of the Holy Seed of Jeshurun, coming at you this first day with a lesson, right? Today this is it's a little bit more of a, a warning, a little bit more of a, exhortation to, Yasha Allah to be making a move, There's some things that, of course, that in prophecy, but we're going to go over some things on a more economic and social level, that we can come to some type of understanding if we're not seeing through the biblical prophecies that Babylon the Great, that is going down. So, through the Spirit of the Most High, Hayah Bashim Yishai, I'm going to try to go over some scriptures for y'all so y'all can see from another angle that you need to be making your way out of Babylon for real, okay, aka America, all right? So, this is Sirach, chapter 3, verse 6. It says, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, right? So you got to understand, anytime somebody is in like a dire situation, an emergency, they don't really have the opportunity to grab everything they need and make sure they take care of this and take care of that. All right, we in that time right now. It's the time to get. It should not be the time where you buying up stuff, man. All right, trying to, in reference to, stuff you don't need. I'm about to go buy these new shoes, these clothes, this jewelry, this album, right? It's a time for that stuff, man. And it's a time to lose, It's a time, to chalk some things up to the game right now, You might have paid for that new sofa or, or bought that new, TV or whatever, It's a time where you're going to have to say, you know what, forget that stuff, man. I need to save my soul. I need to save the life of me and my family. All right? This is what the words say, right? Time to keep, time to cast away, man. You need to come out of there, man. You take what you can. That's essential. And the rest of that stuff, man, give that stuff away, man. All right? You're in a state of emergency for real, biblically, y'all. Okay? You're not going to be able to leave there soon. It's about to be mandatory. It's already one airline that's about to make it mandatory for you to be vaccinated to even get on their planes. All right? This is true. I think it's called Qantas Airline. All right? And more countries are starting to get on a global declaration when it comes to requiring people to have been vaccinated to even come into their country from this point forward, right? So things are tightening up, right? So I'm just letting y'all know, man. Let's go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So we know, Esau is the biblical name of so-called white man. Jacob's the biblical name of so-called blacks, we being the Israelites. So-called blacks, Hispanics, Native, Seminole Indians of America and all down through Central and South America, West Indies, and all over the earth, all right? That Esau will be reigning at the end of his world, all right? That's why the world that followeth is our world. This is the world that Hamashiach died for in St. John 3:16, the world of Israel, all right? So, mind you, what's going on in this world, you should be able to see. It's about to end. That's why Jacob is holding on to Esau's heel, because his reign is starting right away. And I don't know what you might not be seeing over there in Babylon, aka America, but the reign of Esau in that country is going down, man. I don't know what you're not seeing, all right? So we're going to go over some things, be the will of the Most High, and you can see, get some understanding, because biblically and scripturally, that place is going to be destroyed, and it's going to be destroyed before the Messiah comes. So you can't stay there and wait for a Mashiach. You can't. This is Revelation 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and ye receive not of her plagues. So if you stay there, right, the wages of sin is death, right? You're going to suffer a death. You're going to be partaking in all those in that nation that are going to be dying because of their sin. So it's the scriptures telling you to come out of her, get up out of there, leave there, right? You partake of her plagues, okay? That's the disease that the Most High said He's going to send on us for we breaking His law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, ain't no death coming out of nowhere. It's coming from the Most High's judgment. All right, you can't, take that away from the Most High. Oh, He didn't do that. That's the devil, man. The Most High is the one checking dudes, killing dudes, man. He's the one giving them over, man, to death, because that's what y'all choosing. All right, this is your scriptural warning. We're gonna break this stuff down today, man. Let's go to Sirach, chapter 10. Go to the Apocrypha, right? Sirach chapter 10 and verse 8. I'm going to go over some stuff, man, so y'all can see, on a financial scale, on a government scale, social scale, right? Sirach 10 and 8 says, Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, right? The kingdom is translated from one people to another. So understand, when colonizers came over, right? Ran all them treaties, lying to the native Indians, right? And then brought their workforce in the form of slaves from the west coast of Africa, right? They changed the whole way of living here. They murdered their inhabitants, and then they set up their own form of, I'll say, economy, which consisted of free slave labor, all right? This is what was set up here, right? And much riches was gotten for that, man. All your businesses, man, J.P. Morgan, Chase, Ford Company, all of these major corporations, man, they came and were started off free slave labor, y'all. Just to let y'all know, right? But you already know that. We're going a little further. Verse 9, Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sale, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. Okay, people out here selling their soul for fortune, riches, fame, the same deal that was given to Hamashiach Yeshai after when he was fasting for 40 days and 40 nights by Satan. Took him up on a high pinnacle, right? He said, I'm going to give you all these things of the world if you but bow down and worship me, right? Understand. Riches, man, has been gotten out here, right? Let's look at these riches, all right? Let's get an understanding. Let's first go to 1 Kings. Break some stuff down, y'all, man. 1 Kings 9:21. And it reads, Their children that were left after them. I'll start at verse 20. And all the people that were left of the Amorite, Hittite, Perizzite, Hivite, and Jebusites, which were not of the children of Israel, verse 21. Their children that were left after them in the land, whom the children of Israel also are not able utterly to destroy, upon those did Solomon levy a tribute of bond service unto this day. Okay, I told y'all in other videos, man, if you're working, you're a slave. If you're paying taxes, that's tribute, all right? You're not living in a free country, all right? So when this country's set up, okay, you might think, well, man, we the biggest military. Ain't nobody messing with us. How we not free? Why are you paying taxes then? All right? Why are you on the tribute? Why do you have to be somewhere, all right, every day to work, or you're going to perish? Okay, if you lost your job, why do you have to have welfare from the government? Okay, you got to understand, man, a king's going to take care of his serfs, his peasants, everybody from the rich to the poor in his kingdom. He's going to make it easier for them to live, all right? This is what a real kingdom is, man. Not a government, not a republic, all right? A kingdom, all right? And so when Solomon was running Israel, when you conquer lands, you get to make them your slaves. You get to extract that land from all their natural resources, gold, silver, oil, all of that. This is what our military do going all over the world, man. This is what our military do. But understand, we are a republic under the Roman Catholic, the Roman under under Rome. All right, and we go over that right quick before I get started breaking this stuff down. Okay, let's go to Daniel. So you can understand there's 4 beasts representing 4 captivities for the children of Israel. All right. And the 4th beast is the last beast. There's not another beast after that. All right. So when this 4th beast was smitten, then you got to understand there wasn't another beast that rose up. Okay. So we are in Daniel. Let's see. Where we at? Where's it at? Let's go back. Let's go back to verse chapter 4. Here we go. Oh, it's chapter 5. Chapter 6. Okay, chapter 7. All right. This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 7. It says, after this I saw in the night vision, behold, a 4th beast. This is the same beast talked about in Revelation. In Revelation, I think chapter, I don't know what chapter it is, but it's the same one talked about in Revelation that has 7 heads, on chapter 17, that has 7 heads and 10 horns, all right? Breaking down quickly, the beast is Satan. It's the adversary. It's the devil. All right. The 7 heads on the beast is Rome. The 7 heads represent the 7 hills that Rome was built on. It's the 7 hills. It was the first 7-hilled city. Right. The 10 horns are the first 10 nations that joined the EU. All right. These are 10 kings. All right. And then as we read right now, we're going to read about another little horn that came up from the 3. All right. Daniel chapter 7, verse 7. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible, strong and exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diver from all the beasts that were before it, and had 10 horns. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. So this is America, being that another little horn coming up. The 3 horns, which are 3 kingdoms of the 10, are France, Spain, and Great Britain. All right? Because United States came out of land that was previously being reigned over by Spain, Britain, and the French. So the little horn is United States. All right? And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. So, understand, y'all. We come from them 3 nations, and them 3 nations are part of 10 nations that are under Rome. All right? So, we're not a free country, okay? Why you think so much of our taxes, man, go to Israel? All right? I want you to understand that. Why you think they go to Rome? Those are the same people over there, by the way. That's why the Pope wears a yarmulke on his head if you're watching. They're the same people. All right? The taxes are going over there every year, coming from us. Now, I'm going to break down right here a little more clearly, which you can really see what's going on for you to see that the nation's going down. Okay? Tell you, man, in Revelation 18 it says, Babylon the Great is fallen. It's fallen. Right? It hasn't fell all the way. It's falling. It's just going down, 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 right? So I'm going to show you that, right? Now, mind you, Solomon put them nations under tribute, under taxes, which can be free slave labor, or it could be when you're working, taxing the money you're making from your working, all right? Now, when you look at the history of all the empires, you can do this Google search and study in your own time. All nations, the sign of them falling down is the devaluing of their currency through the government trying to make extra money and overtax the people for wars and public works, like building new football stadiums like the one in Inglewood, and building trains, you know what I'm saying, building all new skyscraper buildings. This stuff comes from taxpayers' money in those respective cities, man. All right. So I'm gonna show you how they doing these things, which will equate to you seeing, hopefully, by the Spirit of Hayabashim Shai, that the nation is going down. It's not going to be great again. I've been saying that and teaching that to you, but I'm going to show you today, right? I'm going to show you. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. Get up one of the curses right quick. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Ahiah shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee. So understand, we as the consumers, right? We got to go to our enemies to buy this stuff. So whatever they set forth, that's what we got to deal with, and nothing we can do, right? So when we dealing with these people, it's in good faith, but then again, it's also by necessity, because this is what the Most High says is going to come upon us. So we have to deal with them, right? So let's analyze the way they're dealing with us. Let's go to Proverbs, right? We got to go to Proverbs, man. We're going to make some things real clear. Real clear. All right. Set this table, and then we're going to lay some stuff out right now. All right. Proverbs 11. Right? Proverbs 11:1. A false balance is abomination to Ahiah, but a just weight is his delight. What is this talking about, y'all? When you're dealing, man, in commerce, and buying, selling, trading, it should be an equal trade-off. Okay? It shouldn't be nobody cheating nobody. It shouldn't be somebody getting over. You know what I'm saying? The Most High said, man, he don't like that. That's trickery, underhanded, slick stuff, man. All right? I understand. This is another reason why Yeshua went in the temple and was beating all them dudes out the temple, you know, with the cord. The money changers was in there, man. Not only was they selling in the temple, which they wasn't supposed to be doing, they was deceitfully overcharging people to buy their sacrifice. All right, the pigeons, you know what I'm saying? The animals that they would have to sacrifice for their free will offerings, man. Free will offerings. The money changers were dealing in deceit. That's why the words say, a false balance is an abomination unto Ahiah. He hate that. He hated when see somebody getting got over, man. And we've been getting got over, man, in Babylon, in America. We've been getting robbed and spoiled, man. And we don't know it because we ain't been nowhere else in the world. And in our history and our social engineering program, education system, they're not teaching us how it is everywhere else. So when you got a new country, you can lay down the new way you want to do stuff, and the people there don't know it's new because they don't know history. All right? So I'm going to show y'all through history what they doing to us, man. To make us thinking we in the best place in the world. No, we're not, dude. No, we're not. Okay, just balance, right? Let's break this down, man. Read one more precept, and then we're going to start breaking some of this stuff down. All right? Go to Leviticus. Let's see. Leviticus 19 and 36. Just balances, just weights, a just ephah, a just hin shall ye have. I am Ahiah your power, which brought you out of the land of Egypt. So the Father even gave this of us as a law governing each other. All right, that a ephah, a hin, these are measurements. They got to be just. They got to be righteous. They got to be equal. They got to be fair. Right. So understand the currency. All right, of our country. Right. The origin of it and the origin of how currency have been in the earth for years has always been gold and silver, y'all. Understand this. It's been gold and silver. So the way it is the weight of it determines the value of it, how much it is, right? So when they want a low level of currency to be able to count it better, they start making coins, all right? The gold coins and the silver coins. All right. The weight of it determine what it is. Then this is what happened, y'all. They said, look, man, we wanna, how do I say this? We want to take the money and make it to where we got more money, right? Even though we don't have more gold to weigh. So this is what they did. They start taking the gold and melting it down, right? And adding a base worthless metal to it, right? To where you're still giving out these coins. They still gold plated. They look like they're gold, but it's not. And so the government noticed they make it able to give you more money, give you more coins, but it's not really the same value, and they're able to keep more of the gold. You understand? This is what this is what happened in ancient Rome. All right, I'm gonna use that as an example to correlate, right? Because the same things happen as nothing new under the sun, right? So what did that do? That put more money out in a false weight, because that's not really all solid gold, right? Then this is what they did, right? Then they start taking them, and what they would do in ancient Rome, they would take a coin, right? And they would, matter of fact, this is what they would do. They would take the coin, right? And they'll clip off a piece of it. Every time you come spend that junk at the government, they will clip off a piece of it. Mind you, they stamped it already at how much it's worth. So just because a piece was clipped off of it, it really didn't matter. All right? It really didn't matter because they still kept its value. But that clip, that's actual currency of weight. And mind you, I'm going to correct myself. This is before they added the base metal. First, they were clipping off the straight raw gold and silver, little pieces, and adding it up. Then they would melt that down and make new coins, right? Out of nowhere, because they already put a value on this coin, even if they chipped a piece off. And that doesn't get chipped off 2, 3, 4 times. That's why if you go overseas, you'll see currency it's like rigid all on it, like it been chipped on. Not because it actually was chipped on, but that's how they started to make the new coins. They will make them all chipped off because they had been chipping it in the previous past. Now, mind you, this is before they added the metal, so they would take all the chipped off pieces of gold and melt it down and make new coins. So you basically just made up currency out of nowhere, because you're not going according to the weight no more. You're going to according to how many coins you have. You understand? You put a value on the coin, and now you're debasing the coin physically by breaking it off, right? Now, after they did that, it was like, look, let's start fiat currency, which is paper, just a tree. And they colored it. They said, look, this paper represents this coin, all right? This is what they did, right? This is what they do in the United States. So when you look at it, it's like, okay, this $20 represents 1 ounce of gold, right? But you know, in our country, they're always printing out money, right? They're always printing this money out. Why are they doing this? Okay? They're using the ancient Roman way of devaluing the money, because just like when they chip the coins off and then they start adding metal to those coins and re-stamping them to save some of the gold for themselves, to what? To fund wars, to fund their military, for project works. The taxes they were getting from the workers wasn't enough. So they're getting greedy, like, man, we ain't making money enough, even with the taxes we're getting from them. So when they pay the taxes, that was they chipping off the coin and making them more gold, and then they wasn't satisfied with that. Then they start taking the gold and then melting it down and add metal to it and making more money out of it. All right. So this is how governments was making more money out of nowhere. Okay. And it's still coming from the slaves as the tribute money. All right. So in the United States, what they did is say, look, we're going to just make this dollar. Right. And we're going to start printing money. Right. We're going to start printing money. But they didn't add the value of the gold to back up this dollar. So it's like, I got a $20 bill and I got this ounce of gold. And I just printed out 20 more $20 bills with no gold to back it up. You understand, y'all? So they're like, it's not even worth nothing. They just made up the money because they printed it because they had the machine. All right? So what do? They take the gold and deem it more valuable. They raise the value of this gold to back up this money they just printed up out of nowhere. All right? Now understand, this is a recipe for disaster. Because, well, number one, you done created a thing out of nothing. And if you see nobody catching on to it, you're going to get greedy. You're going to keep on doing it. This is where your $600 and hopefully your $2,000 stimulus checks are going to come from. They're just going to print up some money and send it to you. It doesn't have no gold backing behind it, y'all. It's not even worth nothing, all right? Now, mind you, y'all, when this happens, the goals of the government is met to an extent. But best believe they still greedy. They want some more, right? They want some more. So what they do? You got something called inflation, all right? Back in the day, inflation, what they would do is they would, like I tell you, they would raise the prices, right, on everything in the markets. So now they raise the prices. That's more taxes on there, and they can make more money, right? They doing the same thing in the States, y'all, but they doing it in a reverse way. You looking at your bread, man. My bread good, like my bread is good. What they do, they'll sell the stuff, whether the car, food, whatever, at a higher price, but a lower quantity, right? So before you say a dozen eggs costs $3, now you're only gonna get 4 eggs for $3. They didn't devalue your money. Physically, it's still yours, but it's costing more for you, and you got to spend more of it to survive in the society. All right, this is what they're doing. So you're not subconsciously, you're like, I'm not tripping, because your money is still there, and it's still what it is. But they're raising the prices, or they're lowering. They're not raising the prices. They're lowering the quantity of what you're paying for. So as a result, you're spending more money to get what you're usually getting. You understand? This is a false balance, and it's not a just weight. And many have gotten rich, okay, by deceit, by this, right? This is what the government do. So, mind you, when you got this going on, mind you, people, man, I ain't paying for that. That costs too much, right? It's going to start taking people, man, I'm going to keep this money in my pocket, or they're going to shop somewhere else, right? Now, this is why Walmarts are brought into the neighborhood, because you got all these small businesses, one selling donuts, one selling shoe repair, one selling tents, one selling food, another type of food, right? All these small businesses, all right, they help the economy because they give people jobs, right? Then this is very important, it allow the citizen to be able to excel and take care of himself and give him peace. Because if you're a province under an empire, the empire's number one thing is to make you be happy to be under that empire. If you got everything you need, if you got a place to stay, you got food, you got a little leisure, all right? This is how did Rome do this? They had the Colosseum. Yeah, they had the Colosseum. And they would have, our forefathers in there fighting lions, fighting people for entertainment, right? Horse races and all that. And they giving them wine. They getting drunk, you know what I'm saying? Giving them free food. And at halftime or at intermission, this is what they do. They'll come out with the new legislation. Yeah, we're going to be raising the price, you know what I'm saying, for bread, We're going to be raising the price, and I'm putting a freeze on this, I'm putting a freeze on that. Okay, so while they entertain you, got you drunk, got you happy, they'll come in at halftime and lay down these laws, okay? This is what it was originally about, right? And what we got? We got sports. We got the same stuff, man. And at halftime, what they do, they entertaining us, okay? But if you understand, most laws, most legislation, most executive orders are passed while everyone's distracted watching the Super Bowl, celebrating these fake pagan holidays. This is what they doing, all right? They distracting you and they pacifying you, all right? And in our country, we got so much distractions. We got so many pacifiers, man. If it's sports, it's entertainment, it's boxing, it's singing, it's rapping, it's acting, it's drugs, it's clubs, it's bars, it's music. All these things are to pacify you to where, I can work another week. Right? When the weekend come, man, I'm finna do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Finna watch that game, finna go hang out here. I'm gonna go buy this drug, right? These are the things that they pacify you to keep you letting yourself be taken advantage of every day and being a part of this system, right? Make you deal with, you know what? This costs this much, man, but whatever, man. As long as I can get me some drink, I just can, get through the weekend, and be drunk and have a good time. But Monday through preparation day, Friday, you're gonna be struggling. You're gonna be like, man, I'm slaving, man, and they taxing me, man. The price of living is going up. California, the price of living is so ridiculously outrageous, man. That's why it's homeless people laying all over the street. Anybody, y'all ain't been to LA? You go to LA, man. You might not want to go over there right now because they really tripping. They changing laws. They raising taxes even more now. They're making more rules now. It's really just about a martial law state already. The way they're doing stuff, y'all. I'm telling y'all, they trying to limit the way we talk now. Matter of fact, they doing it now. Certain things, I'm gonna let y'all know, y'all in California, certain things you better not be saying, or you better be prepared to pay a fine. Okay, on your social media platform. If it's labeled conspiracy theorist and it can't be proven, and they gonna look at, that's that dude's opinion. You're gonna be paying a fine, $1,000. Just let you know, man. They tripping California right now. Okay, but not to get off the subject. These are the things that are doing. Welfare that also pacifies you because you're broke, right? They don't want you having an uprising, rebelling, creating an uproar. So they got welfare, they got food stamps, crystal stairs, all these government things to help you live off the money they raping off you from inflation and from raising taxes. And what they doing with this tax money, they fighting more wars. The wealthier are getting wealthier. All right. Let you know something else. You got matter of fact, let's get this precept. Exodus 23:8. And thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blinded the wise and perverted the words of the righteous. So they giving us all this stuff, man. They're about to give you these checks. It's perverting your judgment. Make you think, everything's gonna be all right, America's gonna be great again, right? It's not gonna get great, y'all. It's falling, and it's gonna be utterly wasted, y'all. All right? And it's real. Understand this, right? Understand. What's that point I was going to bring out? Understand this, man. This is what you ought to understand. You got people who go into the Senate, the Congress, legislation, government officials, right? Governors over certain states. These politicians, y'all, they go into politics to pass laws that will benefit companies that they happen to own, companies that they're friends with, so they can get the bribe to get the gift. This is what's going on. And then they do their little 4-year term, 2-year term, whatever. And then when they leave legislation from passing all these laws to benefit their company, they go right back to their company as the CEO, chairman, president, manager, making 6 figures, man. All right? That's why you got to understand, the United States is a bank posing as a country. It's not a country, y'all. I don't care how it looks and what they tell you. It's not a country, right? This place is made to make money, to churn out money for the nation that's over us. I'm telling y'all, man, if y'all go over to Europe, bro, these cities look like Disneyland cities, man. The streets are paved, man. Barcelona, man, London, bro. Tell these cities is like, what? Like, let's get a precept, man. I want y'all to know how all nations, man. Y'all gonna learn how all nations have been blessed by us right now. All right? It ain't through no salvation that everybody want to teach in Christian church. This is Genesis chapter 12, verse 2. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. Verse 3. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curses thee, and in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. This is how everyone's being blessed, y'all. By us being enslaved and going along with being mistreated and working for pennies. All right? Building up their economy, which is now what predicates the value of the dollar. It's not the gold anymore. It's the economy that gives the dollar its value. All right? So as long as you're blessing all these nations and going to work slaving every day, then the dollar's going to have its value. All the consumers that are bringing, all the merchants that are bringing all their... Let's go there, man. Revelation chapter 18, right? And mind you, when Babylon gets destroyed, this was going to happen. Okay, it says, I'll start at Babylon, Revelation chapter 18, verse 8. Therefore, matter of fact, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is a higher power who judgeth her. So this was going to happen to Babylon. It's going to get burnt up, blown up by Iran, the Medes, who the Most High said he's going to stir up. All right. Verse 9, and the kings of the earth, these are all the other nations, right, who have committed fornication with her, that's down with the false balance, down with the mistreating of the Most High chosen, right, riches gotten by deceit. This is what he said, all of them that down with this, and live deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. So all the merchants that came through, let me read a little more. Verse 10, standing afar off, for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Verse 11, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Everybody bring their merchandise here, right? And they sell it for an outrageous high increase in percentage because it's not costing nothing to make it in their home countries. Them Jordans cost what, $35? And they come to the United States and they sell them for $400 or $500. They getting over on us, y'all. Why? Because they know the children of Israel, they know we like to be, decked out, G'd up, They know we like nice stuff. And we don't know no better because we don't travel nowhere. So they bring it here and say, them Yeezys, that's going to run you $450. Dang, I don't care, whatever. What? Yeah, that's what we do. We buy the stuff, man. Verse 12, the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen. Bro, y'all, gold is not valued at what they say it is. They made the value of gold high because they have to make up for all this extra money they just printed and gave out. All right? The gold is not worth that much. All right, now gold is always going to have its value, but they're making it what it is because it has to back up all this money. And mind you, do you know we're like $25 trillion in debt, y'all? This country. Who they putting it on to pay it back? Us. They're telling other nations, oh, we waiting for these slaves that we done gave them loans on their houses. We waiting for them to pay y'all back. That's how they're not taking the money that they done use to pass legislation to send the country to war, right? And start using the taxpayers' money. And they're taking that money and buying weapons from Halliburton, right? Northrop, buying jets, all these dudes. You got people in Congress like Dick Cheney. This dude own military companies that make their own weapons companies. You got the Bushes that own refineries. They're passing laws to funnel the taxpayers' money into revenues and purchases that benefit their company. Okay. When the nation wants to go to war, they gotta buy bullets, they gotta buy tanks, guns. Where they don't get it from? They homeboys that own it. That's why you got people that own companies in the United States, and they're wealthier than the United States because the United States take the taxpayer money and spend it. So it's people just patting their pockets while they're in office. That's why everybody come here, man. Let me pat my pockets. This is a dumb nation right here. They don't care about the people. They're gonna rape the people and get rich. That's why everybody come here and bring their stuff here. All right, and the government don't care about you. They just want to keep the system going. All right, my turn to make some money. All right, my time to come in there and rape the people. All right. Then, when the money run out, they're like, oh, shoot. They get to borrowing. That's why we $25 trillion in debt. Okay, we owe Japan over $1 trillion. We owe China over $1 trillion. Okay, we owe Brazil like over 100 million. We owe Ireland like 260-something billion. We owe UK over 300, almost 300 billion. All right, why? Because they keep borrowing money from everybody else. Because it's going to be on the country and the inhabitants. It ain't going to be on them. When they get out of office, they get on a plane, go move to another country. They ain't worry about nothing. All right, so they're selling us. They've been selling us out, y'all. They're selling us out. You think you're doing your best, man? The country is done, dude. Now, guess what? Now the country's in a recession, right? Country's in a recession, right? What are you going to do? The money, you can't make the money no more. What are you going to do? Show y'all. Countries in a recession. And mind y'all, they done brought up this fake COVID stuff to make y'all forget about it, man. Y'all don't remember before this COVID stuff come out, man, we was finna go into recession, man. That was what was going on. So they done brought up this bioweapon, because it was created, right, in Virginia, and sent out to Wuhan so they can take the fall as the people that done poisoned the whole earth or diseased the whole earth. They done brought out this wild bioweapon. Now you're not even remembering, bro, we was in a recession. This is what governments do. When they want to cover up what they done did, they did this, y'all. They done pumped out all this extra money. They done, under President Nixon, in 1971, they separated the dollar from gold completely. All right? Know this. So the way the dollar had backing was depending on the strength of the economy. All right? So when everyone was bringing their goods here and everyone's shopping, they know you got a good turnover with that dollar. The dollar got value now. Right? Why? Because they got an economy attached to that dollar that people are spending it. They're not holding it back. So it has value. Also, we made a deal with the Arab nations over there, all right, to tell them, look, we'll provide security and protection for you if you sell your oil worldwide in U.S. currency, in the dollar. So that made it to where our currency was being, from our country, is being valued and used all over the earth. So that's how it got its power. That's what I say. How it ain't got no power and ain't got no gold behind it. It's the economy that's setting the value of the dollar now, right? So now y'all look at the economy, right? That junk is falling down, stupid. The economy was going down. Why? Because it was raising taxes. Because they start more wars. They can go fight everybody and go colonize more people on the back of your money. So now what's happening? Now what they doing? If the economy is beat back, what does that do? The dollar's going to fall, right? The dollar's going to fall. So when the dollar falls, it's lucky. I'm looking for the next precept. When the dollar falls, the people are going to start protesting. They're going to start rioting. They're going to start complaining. Man, food costs too much. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no jobs, right? So now what they do, public works, they start building stuff just to get people back to work. But that doesn't help anything because you're still taxing the people. And the people, that's a certain people, right, that's spending. And then people aren't spending who don't have the job, so they don't even have the money. So what they do, more inflation to get the people that are spending the tax and get more money out of them. Okay, this is what governments do to try to fund what they want to do. Start wars, make more money for their private companies, you know what I'm saying? And build public works, build their cities up, build these skyscrapers. If people aren't spending the money, they got to get this money from somewhere. So they start manipulating the value and quantity of money. There's nothing backing up the money, you guys. In a nutshell, that's what I'm telling y'all. There's nothing backing up the money, right? So when the economy goes down, guess what? It's not going to be able to say, oh, let's just turn it back into gold. The dollar value is going down. So now you want to, the people who are running around smart, got some sense right now, they taking their bread and they go and buying some gold and some silver right now. Okay, because pretty soon that dollar can get devalued in one day, overnight. And I don't care if you got $1 million in the bank now, that junk ain't worth nothing. I'm telling y'all, that's real. You go to Venezuela right now, guess how much it costs you get a cup of coffee, bro? $10,000 in Venezuela's currency. Okay? The U.S. dollar done crept in there now because their currency is debased because their economy got destroyed. Not because they were being greedy, it's because U.S. put sanctions on them and then let them stop them from exporting their oil. It's more oil in Venezuela than I think any country in the world except one per capita. Okay, for all their land, they got a gang of oil, but they're poor because they got sanctions put on them. So I'm saying, what I'm telling you is, when they had everybody COVID in the house, of course that slowed down the economy a whole lot, right? Then when they killed your boy George Floyd, that came outside. What did everybody do? Start spending money? No, they start rioting, destroying businesses that help the economy. When they said, what? No, they start stealing the food, stealing the clothes, right? Stealing the cars. In Cali, man, it was, in Cali, in 92, they rioted in the hood, Rodney King. But this riot, man, they was up in some upscale, straight up upscale, Beverly Hills, y'all, Santa Monica, y'all. They went through, I'm letting y'all know, they went through. Regardless of what happened, I'm not condoning, I'm just saying, where they went to go riot definitely affected the economy that was already decimated some more. Okay. Up in the Bay, man, they broke in Dodge dealerships, stole all kind of Hellcats, bro. The economy took another blow when that happened. It's not going to rebound, okay? It's not going to rebound. Only y'all that got gold, buying gold and silver, you're going to be able to have some value to deal in another country, in another country's currency, to have value with what your funds, what you got. If you're just holding on to your money in the United States, it's someone's going to lose its value, and you're not even going to be able to do anything, let alone leave and set up yourself in another place or another country. You're not going to be able to do it, all right? This is what's going on. Let's read a precept, man. Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. So people mourning right now. People, they don't want to be in the house. They don't want to be on COVID. They mad because they losing their businesses. They losing their jobs. The economy is going down, you guys. Which means the value of the dollar is going down, which is a clear sign historically of an empire or a country that's about to be destroyed. You got, what happens after that? You got unrest, okay? You got uprisings of the people. Just like Hamashiach said. Let's read it. You got uprisings of the people. Because now your peasants aren't happy. They don't want to go work. Now they want to fight. You can't make no money off these dudes if they fighting. All right? This is Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war, and see that ye be not troubled. For these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. Hold on, that ain't the one. Let's go to Luke. All right? Luke. Let's see. Let's say Luke 21:15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, and all the adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. Ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. So a lot of this stuff is going to happen, man. People going to be selling out. Mike said you ain't supposed to take a gift, right? People going to be selling out, man, because you got a lot of people putting their money into Bitcoin right now. If you watch Bitcoin for whatever reason, the last 2 months, that jump and shot up like 200, over almost 300%. That jump just shot way up, bro. Now, I'm not telling you go do that because I know that ties into the beast system. I'm going to tell you in a second. But, you know, those that did do that, if they were wise, they will get their profits and get out now. Okay? Because it's luring you in for a reason. Okay? As the dollar drops, Bitcoin goes up, everybody got sense like, man, I'm going to just go to Bitcoin. Why? Well, ain't nobody really spending cash that much no more. We got debit cards. You know, everybody's shopping on Amazon, Whole Foods, all that now. I mean, everyone's really spending money online right now. No one's really spending cash unless you really in the hood or whatever. You know, you dealing with your little, you know, street people, you know, buying your little food on the street or whatever. But they're getting everybody to be, you know, get with this cashless society by devaluing the dollar. And they're getting everybody into Bitcoin. Now, what's going to happen is they got the Bitcoin shooting up. It's luring people in, like just drawing everybody in. But what it's going to do is, if you don't have this RFID chip, if you don't have that, you're not going to have access to all this Bitcoin money and wealth that's in there. You're seeing it like, dang, man, I got all this money in there. They go, oh, well, we're transferring over to completely, you know, cryptocurrency, and you're going to need to have this biometric, you know, RFID chip, you know, in your body, because we that's how we dealing now, you know. And you have your bank account on there, your social, all of that. They're going to make it sound real sweet, but it's to get you to take the mark, y'all. That's why Bitcoin going up super outrageous high, right? To understand, that's what they're trying to do, transition over. So if you got money now, you need to be using it to do something to help yourself right now. This is the whole point, you understanding and seeing. The government is going down, y'all. It's not going to get better, all right? It's not going to get better, y'all. Let's go back to Proverbs. Y'all got to see this stuff, man. Okay, if you can't see it through prophecy, just look through the history, right? This is why, you know, if you know history, then you know what happened before time. That's why it's so important for people to be deceived and taught an alternative type of history, because you can't see what's happening, right? This is Proverbs 14 and 15. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. Yeah, and they say, oh man, we're going to give y'all these vaccinations and we're going to get back to life. I'm going to give you guys these stimulus checks. We're going to make, we're going to fund some money to the small businesses. You believe everything they say. They don't care about you. They don't care about you, man. I told you it's about money. They're trying to get their turn so they can rape the nation. Everybody going to get their turn to rape these slaves that are here. All right? And the prudent man looketh well to his going. Prudent man means you looking to what's going to happen in the future, what's the best move, what's the best decision you can make to help you sustain yourself. That's what a prudent man is. Prudent man got to look forward. All right, simple man, it's going to be all right. They said it's going to be cool. Let's go watch this game. Let's go order some pizza. Let's go chill out. Let's go to this concert, man. It's good. No, it's not, y'all. They trying to deceive you. Okay, you got to wake up, y'all. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28, right? All these things is written in the scriptures, man. I'm going to show you another thing that's written. That's right in your face. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 20. Let me see. 28 and verse 23. Let's see. Matter of fact, now let's go to 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. The difference between the wealthy and the poor is ridiculous. Right? Of course, it's because the Most High said so. But this is how they're doing it. They're using you. You're blessing them. This is how we bless them. In our downfall, in our sin, and in our being chastised, we bless the other nations. Because we still hold the people. We still got salt. We still bring the flavor, the swag, the style, the music, entertainment to the world. Okay, well, we're not reaping off of it. Okay, the stranger among us, they're the ones getting very high above us off of what we do. Right, even if it's just hard labor. All right. Most nations will break after what we done been through as a nation, man. We made it through and we still here and waxing stronger and populating still. All right. Verse 14. He shall lend to thee and thou shalt not lend to him. And he shall be the head and thou shalt be the tail. They the ones that lend us the money, give us the loans. They even got a way when they trying to fix this little half depression. They're like, oh, no interest rates, y'all, for 6 months, right? For 2 years, right? They're doing that to try to help the economy rebound. But this happens in history all the time, you guys. And it doesn't do nothing. It doesn't do nothing, man, because the companies, they make the money off the interest when they sell you something. If they sell you a car and they can't charge you interest, they're not making no money. You understand? So it's as if why am I in business for? I'm not making no money. They stop selling businesses, turns the country into a more depression. You see that? And then there's nobody working. Nobody's even spending the money that they have because they're scared. They don't know what to do. See, like, I don't know, right? Then you got the government bailout. What is that going to do? That's going to put some money into the small business owners. Yeah, but that doesn't mean people are going to start spending money because that's not giving them the money. We're the ones that they should have been giving the money to, and we spending it. But they gave them to all the small business owners because it's not about us. It's about them getting their bread. All right? So understand, when they brought the Walmarts into town, I was touching on this earlier, that took away all the individual jobs of all these small business owners that would have made them happy, that would have made them cool, and they give them a set price here at Walmart. Everything dirt cheap at Walmart. Lower quality, but dirt cheap. So I said, well, I'm going to go here when I could go to the store and buy it there and put all the small businesses out of business. Right? Now, this is a person that was making money. Now he has to go get a job. He didn't have a job. He was making shoes, making, whatever. Now he got to go get a job. And there's no job. More depression, more unemployment, more rebellion, more unrest. Right? This is all the fabric. This is all the ingredients of a nation that's about to go down. All happening right there in Babylon, y'all. Let's go to Sirach. All right, let's go to Sirach. This is for y'all to understand, man. If you don't know by prophecy, you need to know by scripture. The nation you in is going down, dude. It's not going to get better. They're lying to you. This is 7, Sirach, let's see, wisdom. Matter of fact, oh, no, it's Ecclesiastes. Let's go to Ecclesiastes. I think it's Ecclesiastes. Alright. Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. So all of us that are being oppressed there, you just had them storm the Capitol building. Esau storm the Capitol building. They're mad because you got different demographics, same plan, but a different demographic of leadership coming in to where they can't act the way they want to act. All right, I'm going to tell y'all some real stuff, man. I know what Trump is, and the scriptures speak on him that he was going to make all the nations hate the whore. The whore is America, right? So he did what he's supposed to do. But on the business level, he straightened some stuff out, okay? And I'm not telling you I like to do it or nothing. I'm just telling you what he did on a business monetary point. People's bringing all their good to America, right? And they're like, oh, we can sell it over there for a gang of more money, like I explained to you earlier. So United States, it's like, man, it's like, and just for a lack of a better understanding, say, I'm a gang, I'm in a gang, and I sell drugs on my street, and my street is pumping, all right? Meaning we selling everything, and we making a lot of money. You got another neighboring hood, right, that get along with my hood, and they block ain't really moving. So he come through and say, yo, can I serve? Can I get on your block? I'll give you a little tax. You're like, cool, do your thing. We got enough, everybody can eat over here. But he end up serving more. He end up making so much more money that the amount he paying you to come serve on your block, as it being my block, I could be getting more from him. So this is the correlation with our country. Everyone bringing their money here, bringing their merchandise here, and they making stupid, getting rich, but our country not taxing them. So this is why Trump started laying tariffs on everybody, because they've been bringing stuff here, and us being that block where you can make double, triple, even, 500% increase on your merchandise, we not getting no type of love off of that. We getting pennies. So this is what he was doing. Like, man, this will make our country start getting more money and help get us out of debt. So he was looking at it from a business standpoint. Even though it made everybody mad, he was doing something that proper. Like, you guys is making all this money, man. We going to charge you more to bring your stuff here because you about to make stupid, rich money off us. Like, nah, you finna pay us more. So he did that thing right there. That was smart, and that was not no shady stuff. That was right. And mind you, all these nations been getting blessed off us for all these years, bringing their stuff here. So that's why he's like, it's long enough to do, man. Y'all been making this money off us. We should have did this to y'all a long time ago, right? And so, understand, man. This guy leaving, and everyone's seeing like, dang, this dude is helping the country. Because they want to get to where it's great again, where they like it. And you about to take him out. This is what they're mad about. This dude was helping us. He's bringing the jobs, foreign jobs. He's making people, our country, man, like the big companies, they will take their jobs, their factories, and put them in Mexico, put them in China, because it's cheaper. And those jobs are supposed to be at home for us to make money, to help feed our own economy. It put us all out of work. Okay, all the jobs, all the car companies, man, they left certain places, man. Detroit, they used to, Motor City, they move all them car factories out of there, man. And that took away from the economy. So they like, man, this dude is helping the economy build it back up, and y'all want to get him out of there? This is why people are really mad. What they do, they feeling oppressed. We can't get no job. We ain't got no work. The country's going down. We need to go take over the government. I don't know what they was trying to do. I seen them do zip ties. I don't know what these dudes was doing, bro. Okay, they ain't had no weapons, so I'm like, what is y'all about to do? But anyways, they had an uprising, right? People got mad. Why? When the scripture say, man, surely oppression making a wise man mad, and the gift destroyed the heart, right? So the gift was all these sports, these entertainment, this welfare, this all these little pacifying things to keep you saying it's all cool in your heart. That's cool. United States is cool. We good. Let's stay here. It's time to go, man. Babylon the Great is falling. All right. Let's go back to Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 20. It says, "But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day." We are in the 4th season of the year, which is winter, right? Pray your grace, pray the grace and the mercy of the Most High. He let you come out, He said don't leave at this time. Why? Because it's cold. You got all kind of climate and weather complications that will make it harder for you to leave. So he's saying it's just better if you leave at a time, when it is in the winter, because it's going to be more harder for you. But you can come out, man, come out. You know what I'm saying? And also the Sabbath, we're not supposed to travel on the Sabbath. We're not supposed to be moving nothing on the Sabbath. We're supposed to be chilling, glorifying the Most High, gathering with our brethren, not buying and selling, cooking and cleaning. Y'all know the deal, right? So, but in your Exodus, it need to be made, man. All right, notice for sure. Notice for sure. Pray to the Most High, open the door, give you grace, give you mercy, right? Instruction to y'all don't know, man, that think America's gonna get better, and that's really a blessed place. You guys are you're not in the scriptures, and you just don't know what's going on, man. But the gift has perverted you, man. Whether you're still working, whether you got a little check, it's just a gift to pervert your heart and make you think that everything's going to be all right. It's not going to be all right, man. All right, this is Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of a higher power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saying that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Most High. So there's no other nation in the world that sins. I don't want to say better, but sins more than the United States, right? When the cup of iniquity of a nation is reached, when it's full, then the Most High destroys it. That's why it destroys Sodom and Gomorrah, because the universal sin of sexual immorality, homosexuality was rampant there. He said, you know what? I'm sick of this. Let's destroy this place. That wasn't the Israelites. That wasn't his people. He wasn't dealing with nobody over there, right? Abraham's nephew, Lot, was over there. He said, hey, hold on. Don't destroy it. If you got 10 over there, he got all the way down to 10. But it wasn't even 10 righteous people in that whole country, y'all. It wasn't even 10. All right, it was 4. One of them looked back and she ended up perishing. Lot's wife. So understand, when the iniquity, when the sin of a nation gets to that point, the Most High destroys it. How much killing and stealing and stuff you think is going to the Most High going to let keep happening in Babylon, y'all? Think about how long you think he's going to let that happen. So much blood on that land. So much blood on that land. The word says, man, the land cannot be cleansed. But if the one who shed the blood, if their blood gets shed, that's how the land gets cleansed. So it has to be a big sacrifice of sinning fleshly people that he said he's going to do. He's going to destroy it. But he's not going to utterly destroy Jacob. There's a lot of Jacob, a lot of Israel. They don't want to turn back to the heritage and history of who they are as a holy people and be holy to their Father and keep the faith in the Mashiach Yeshua. And you're going to die right there. This is what the scripture says. He's not going to utterly destroy Jacob, because some of y'all going to take heed and come out of her. Whether you come to Jordan or you just get out of the borders, that nation's going to get destroyed. There's no praying that away, man. You got to know this for sure. That nation is a sinful kingdom, all right? Let's go to Baruch. We got 2 more precepts, y'all. And we'll be done. All right. Mind you, our nation of God, over 900 military bases abroad, man. Because all we want to do is war, conquer, get greed, war. Okay? And who's funding it? Us, our taxpayer money. When it could be helping homeless people on the street. When it could be putting more jobs, bringing infrastructure, healthcare. They make us pay for everything. In other countries, man, healthcare is free, y'all. You go to Canada, it's healthcare is free. I've been up there. I worked up there. All right? It's free. Our country takes advantage of us, man. United States takes advantage of us, man. United States, man, they even pumping. Man, I was in oil, okay? I used to work in oil refineries, man. They pumping oil up out of Canada, off their land, because Canada don't have the companies or infrastructure to pump the oil themselves. So they say, look, we're going to pay you, to come in here and get this oil. But that oil, the pipeline, Obama supposed to be, when they was going through all that argument, the pipeline come through South Dakota, North Dakota, all the way down to Texas, where all the refineries are. This is what it's about, man. Going in, colonizing, getting what's out the ground in other countries. All right? But they're using these power tactics for the military to go in and colonize the world, man. Modern colonization. Punking them. You ain't going to do this. You don't act right. I'm going to start a war there, and then I'm going to come send my CIA agent in there to be your president. You know, a.k.a. Saddam Hussein. You know, and make him give us all the oil and the gold we wanted there anyway. All right. You got stuff on a world scale that is legal. Then you got illegal, man. Just like Freeway Ricky Ross, man. What was he doing? He had to connect with Iran-Contras, who Oliver North, other military, was, and basically made it okay. Let's bring this cocaine in here to help fund this war down there in Nicaragua for our geopolitical influence, United States down there in Nicaragua. All right. But the point is, they brought the coke in. Okay, where they get it from another country, brought it into our country, and got stupid, wealthy, outrageous, rich from putting it in our neighborhoods, destroying us. All right, just like in Afghanistan, getting a poppy seed, which is the substance of heroin, and they bringing that over here. Yes, y'all, your government is not perfect, man. All right, they've been wicked, they've been evil. We just don't know no better. We don't pay attention. All we want to do is play video games and chase girls, man, and watch TV. This is Baruch, man. I just wanted to show you, man, our taxes have been going toward an outrageous buildup of military personnel and weapons, and paying for them to live abroad. They got to eat. They got to have clothes, weapons, all of that. We're paying for that, man. We're paying for war. A lot of blood in our hands, y'all. That's why we got to come out of her and separate from her, because she going to get judged for what she been doing, y'all. You don't want to be a partaker, all right, in that no further. Come out of her, separate yourself, man. This is Baruch, chapter 3, and we start at verse 7. And for this cause thou hast put thy fear in our hearts, to the intent that we should call upon thy name. So the fear of the Most High had to come back on y'all, man. To call back on him, man, and start serving him and pray for mercy, because it's looking real wicked there right now, man. They about to dispatch FEMA out. I just saw this morning they about to start dispatching FEMA out all over the nation, because Biden wants to speed up the Operation Warp Speed and hurry up and get everybody vaccinated. FEMA and National Guardsmen, okay, military people are going to be giving y'all this stuff. Come on, man. Y'all know about the so-called conspiracy theorists with the Walmarts, the closed Walmarts and Targets. How they're going to be using them, man, for processing centers, man. You're seeing it right in front of your face, you guys. Started over. This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 7. And for this cause thou hast put thy fear in our hearts, to the intent that we should call upon thy name. He's letting you see these fearful things so you can call upon him. This is why he's letting this happen. And praise thee in our captivity, because we're all in captivity. We were carried away there, okay, and we're still there in captivity. No one's bought us out. No one's gave the so-called white men back the money for buying our ancestors, all right, who through lineage were still their property. Okay, our social security number and our very existence is tied to the stock market. They're buying and trading and selling us. Yes, y'all. It's us, man. For we have called to mind all the iniquity of our forefathers that sinned before us. We know now, we know our history. It's been revealed. Our forefathers sinned, and now the Most High has to perform all the curses that he spoke against us, or he'd be a lying power, and it's impossible for him to lie. So now we got the truth. Now we got to turn back to the law and stop transgressing it and stop sinning. Verse 8, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us. We were scattered to Babylon, America, for a reproach and a curse. That in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, and to be subject to payments. The payments is wages. Okay, what payments are we subject to? The wages of payment of sin is death. That's why everybody dying there. We're subject to die and pay all these payments unto the Most High for being sinners, for the sins that we've done and our forefathers. All right. According to all the iniquity of our fathers, which departed from Ahiah, our power. Because they departed. Well, what we got to do? We can't, no justice, no peace. We can't protest. We can't riot. We're supposed to turn back to Ahiah. That's what you do. You don't go do what everybody else doing, Black Lives Matter. That junk is just nothing but a waste of time and energy, man. Stupid. And you setting yourself up to get slapped up by your oppressor and get put in jail. That's stupid, man. The Bible tells us as a people, that's why you got to know who you are in your history, so you can know what to do when something comes up. All through history of our nation in this book, when we was in oppression, what did we do? turned back to the Most High, repented, told him we have sinned, and came back to the law, statutes, and commandments. And what did he do? Send a Savior, Samson, David, whoever, and bring us out of captivity, put us back in our land. Now we just been moved far away from our land and been indoctrinated into a whole different other alternative fake history, right? Replacement theology, right? And got us to believe in all kind of stuff. But now we got the truth. We got to come back to him in the land of captivity and get up out of there, man. And get up out of there and come up out of there, y'all. Verse 9. Hear, Israel, the commandment of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. These commandments bring life, all right? Life and death, okay? Good and evil. This is what he said before you when you got the law. That's why it's no not keeping the law unless you asking for death. It's life or death. If you're Israelite, the covenant still stands. You're there for you to choose life or death. You want to die, man? Stay right there, man. Verse 10. How happened it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land? How you get over there to Babylon? You got to go over there in slave ships, y'all. That thou art waxing old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead. We're defiled with the dead because dead is, you don't have no relationship with the Most High. You're dead to the Most High. Okay? So when you're not keeping the law, that's how you're suffering the death part of the covenant. He said, I give you life and death. So you don't keep the law, you're dead. No matter if you're walking around, no matter if you're calling on Jesus. All right? The word tell you the faith without works is dead, you guys. The works is the works of the law. Okay? That's what the works are. If you're not keeping the law, your faith is dead, man. It's dead. It's Exodus 18 and verse 20. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shalt show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. So the laws and commandments is a work for us to do. When you're doing the commandments, you're keeping works. All right? So your works without faith in Yeshua is dead. It doesn't matter if you believe in him if you're not keeping the works. That's what he's telling you, y'all. Verse 11. That thou art counted with them that go down to the grave. Verse 12. Thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom. The wisdom, man, is knowing the higher, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man, and the faith in Yeshua, right? You guys got to know this stuff, man. Last precept. We'll go to Micah. Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction, man. Babylon is polluted, man, with all type of false doctrine, worshiping of every type of wicked deity, okay, in the world, okay. It's polluted. That's not your rest. That's not where you're supposed to be trying to buy a house and chill out. The talk show dude named Trevor Noah, I don't know if he's an Israelite or not. I don't know his background, but this dude just bought a $27 million house in Beverly Hills. I mean, in California. Why would you do that in a beat up, going down economy and country? Wow, that's so dumb, dude. Not to mention that price is retarded. Who buys a house for that much? What are you trying to do? It's not your rest, you guys. You shouldn't be trying to get comfortable there. You shouldn't be trying to buy this and buy that. Matter of fact, I'll give you a precept on that, so you won't think that's my opinion. You ain't not supposed to be trying to ball there. We supposed to be trying to prepare to get up out of here and get into the kingdom that's going to come, man. Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that follow it, man. We supposed to be coming into our kingdom, man. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 16. I start at verse 40. It says, O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle, and in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. You supposed to be getting up moving. You see, I'm just reading y'all scripture. You're not supposed to be, I'm going to stay right here, hunker down, be a prepper. You're supposed to be moving around, man. Until you get to your homeland, which is Zion, you're supposed to be ready to keep moving around, man. That's the scripture. Verse 21, he that selleth, let him be as he that feareth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. That's why I tell you it's a time to gather, and it's a time to let go, right? You got to be he that one that selleth, as he that want to fear the way. Like, bro, I'm not finna sit right here and be selling them out. I'm finna be getting up out of here. Okay? You got to move, y'all. This is scriptures, man. Verse 42, he that occupied merchandise as he that had no profit by it. Meaning, I got to be like that bum on there, man. Like, he don't got nothing, man. I got to be like that. Like, I'm not going to be buying stuff for no reason. You buy stuff that you need, but not stuff that you want. Let's go into it more. You see right here. And he that builded, that he that had not dwelled in. Like, you got to be like that dude. Like, bro, I'm not finna get to live in that house anyway, man. I ain't finna go build that house. I'm out of here. He that soweth as if he should not reap. So also he that planted the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. You guys get the picture. You got to act like that place don't have nothing for you. You sowing, you invest in anything there. You need to understand you're not going to get nothing back from that. So you got to be as one looking like, yeah, this country going down like I did. Like, yo, the most I said, we got to come out of here. I see that junk very clear all day. I'm out of here. That's what you got to be like, man. Okay? Stock up on your precious golds and metal over here. Okay? That stuff is cheaper over here anyway. All right? The value of their dinar over here is worth more. All right? But your money run you so long over here. This food's so cheap, y'all. The rent's so cheap, y'all. You got to come out of here, y'all. See this. Verse 44. They that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widower. So if you're not married, then it's like, yeah, I really should be seeking, I'm going to get with this girl. I got to take her out. I got to wine her. I got to dine her. I got to do this. I got to plan this wedding. No, you trying to save your soul. You trying to save your life. And therefore, they that labor in vain. All y'all going to work right now, you labor in vain because your dollar's about to be devalued. You're not going to be able to sustain yourself with those chips because they're not going to have value soon. You got to do something with it right now. Your assets, you got to liquidate what you got, all right, and get up out of there to where your stuff going to have value, man. That's real, y'all. All y'all are buying silver and gold, that's going to help you, but you can do that out here. You can do that all over there. Come out of there, though. That's the deal. Verse 46, for strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captives, for in captivity and famine shall they get children. So pretty soon they're going to be running your houses, y'all. Okay, it's going to be lawlessness in Babylon. The police are not going to go to work. They're going to protect their own families at home. They're going to come banging on your door. You take the vaccine? Nope, come out here. Come holler at me for a minute. Right? And before they come, or after they come, it's going to be lawless to where people are going to be running around because they can't buy or sell without the mark. So they're going to need to get food. Oh, let's go with Sunshine. He got the food over there. I know that they're going to run your house. And what else they're going to do? You think they're just going to take the food and leave? No, they're going to, whatever else they want. Take your TV, take your manhood if you're a man. There's some fruities out here, yeah. Or rape your kids, wipe your wife. It's going to happen, y'all. It's going to happen. Unfortunately, it's going to happen. Verse 47, they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, and they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, yeah, they're going to rob your house, and more, they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own person. So all the stuff you're buying, your gold, your jewelry, your Jordans, your shoes, everything you're buying, you're just giving substance for somebody to come rob you in that day. That's what the Bible is saying. That's what you're buying it for, so somebody can come steal it from you. Verse 48, and the more will I be angry with them for their sin, saith the Most High. He said, I'm getting mad at you, man, because you're supposed to be leaving. You think about spending more money. Buying cars, buying rims, buying TVs, buying a new iPhone, $1,000 for a phone. I can't do it, man. This phone I'm taking on, man, I get the oldest functioning smartphone every single time. LG, I don't care. All that junk ring and I get online. What I need? What I need the name and a bit of piece of fruit on the back of my phone for? All the phones do the same thing, man. So I'm cool, right? You guys got to wake up, man. Wake up, man. Words say, man, come up out of here, my people. Yes, you be partakers of your plagues, bro. You got to know this, man. It's a sin, man. The Most High saying it's a sin, man. You keep buying all this stuff. You keep on buying all this stuff. In fact, let's read two more. Verse 49, like as an whore envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman. So you got a hoe, selling herself. She see an honest woman, keeping the commandments, dressed modestly, got a good man with her. She envious of her, right? So shall righteousness hate iniquity when she decked herself, and shall accuse her to her face when he cometh that shall defend them that diligently search out every sin upon the earth. So all of us are searching out what a sin is, following the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Most High is going to come protect us. He's going to send His Son. He's going to send that Savior, and we're going to be free. All right? So I encourage y'all again, y'all. If y'all not seeing through the prophecies, you seeing through the economy, y'all. The place is going down. Babylon the Great is falling, and it's falling. And it's going to keep on falling until it's utterly wasted and destroyed. But first you're going to have famine. You're going to have pestilence. You're going to have the sword, which is war. The race war is on the brink. It's no reason for you to endure this. All right? Come out of her. All praise to the Most High, Yeshua, Ahaya, Ba'ashem, Mashiach, Yeshai, Kwam Yasha Allah, Barakatah.